Miles Teller is finally opening up about the exact moment that captured his now-wife Keleigh Teller's heart, revealing his story that feels like it came straight out of a romantic movie, filled with charm, awkward missteps, and ultimate triumph, and fans are eating it up, because it's rare to get this kind of intimate, behind-the-scenes peek into the personal life of one of Hollywood's most captivating actors, the man behind Top Gun Maverick, whose high-octane stunts and smoldering screen presence have captivated audiences worldwide. Yet even someone like Miles, who can dominate an action scene, was completely human and vulnerable when it came to matters of the heart. As he recounted on the November 10th episode of Sirius XM's Andy Cohen Live, he was just 25 years old at the time, a young actor navigating the whirlwind of Hollywood fame during Grammys week in Los Angeles, when fate brought him to a Black Keys party where, as he recalls, the very instant he laid eyes on Keleigh, he knew something extraordinary had just happened, describing her in his own words as the most beautiful girl I've ever seen, a phrase that's simple but loaded with the weight of immediate, undeniable attraction, the kind that makes your chest tighten, your stomach flutter, and your brain run a million scenarios all at once. Yet for all his charm and confidence on screen, Miles admits that his first attempt to connect with Keleigh didn't exactly go according to plan. He remembers thinking he had bombed his opening to her, the way he approached, the words he tried to speak, the nervous energy that only comes from meeting someone who immediately feels like a game changer in your life. Yet there was a twist of fate that night, because despite his initial misstep, he noticed Keleigh stepping outside, scanning the crowd, and suddenly he realized that perhaps she was curious, perhaps intrigued, and suddenly the door was open again, giving him a chance to redeem himself, which he seized by starting to dance with her, confidently moving across the floor as he admits, with the touch of humor, that he is an incredible dancer. And in that moment, he was pouring all of himself into the connection, into the attempt to spark something magical. Yet when he leaned in for a kiss, the rejection was immediate, with Keleigh saying, "No, I just met you." A moment that could have crushed many men's spirits, but instead became part of the story, part of the charm, part of the human, imperfect reality of falling in love. Yet Miles didn't give up. He still asked for her phone number, only to be turned down again. And anyone hearing this story might think the story would end there, a tale of near misses and failed attempts. Yet the night had one final cinematic twist, the kind that makes people believe in destiny, timing, and the fact that love often requires persistence and patience. Because roughly 30 minutes after Keleigh had initially left, she was still lingering outside, waiting for her car valet. And Miles saw his chance once more, stepping into the moment with the kind of small, thoughtful gesture that would make all the difference. He put his coat on her, telling her, "Oh, you look cold," a move he jokingly referred to as cheeseball. Yet Keleigh responded positively, showing that sometimes it's the quiet, considerate gestures, the little acts of kindness that speak louder than grandiose lines or dramatic moves. And this simple act of covering her shoulders with his coat opened the door for them to continue the night in a way that felt organic, authentic, and memorable. Because from there, Miles's persistence and charm finally paid off, allowing him to create a genuine connection that would eventually blossom into the loving marriage fans admire today. A marriage that stands as proof that even in a world of flashing lights, paparazzi, and Hollywood parties, the fundamentals of romance, patience, humor, respect, and genuine care are what truly win hearts. And as he tells the story, you can imagine the scene vividly. The Los Angeles night, music from the Black Keys echoing through the party, the subtle chaos of the Grammys week crowd, the nervous energy of a 25-year-old actor trying to navigate both fame and love, and the magnetic pull between two people who from the very first glance seemed destined to connect, creating a narrative that feels almost scripted, almost cinematic, yet is grounded in real human emotion, the kind that makes viewers lean in, hang on every word, and secretly wish they could witness the magic firsthand. The kind of story that reminds everyone that even celebrities experience awkward, fumbling, almost failed first encounters, the kind where rejection is possible, embarrassment is probable, yet courage, persistence, and small gestures can transform a night that seemed like it might end in disappointment into a tale that fans will celebrate years later, telling friends, sharing clips online, and feeling inspired by the honesty, vulnerability, and ultimate triumph of someone as relatable as Miles Teller, whose career may be full of daring stunts and action-packed sequences, but whose personal story, the story of meeting Keleigh, fumbling, trying, failing, and then finally succeeding resonates on a deeply human level, showing that no matter who you are, love often requires taking chances, making mistakes, reading the subtle cues, and sometimes simply putting your coat on someone who's cold. And it's these seemingly small, intimate moments, combined with the bigger-than-life setting of Grammys week and Hollywood parties, that make the story not just romantic, but cinematic, compelling, and viral-worthy. The kind of story that could dominate headlines, inspire viral posts, and make people everywhere sigh with envy and hope. Because Miles Teller's tale is a reminder that love stories aren't always perfect, but when they work, they leave a mark that lasts a lifetime, proving that courage, charm, persistence, and humanity can turn a slightly awkward encounter into the foundation of a lifelong partnership. And for fans of the actor, for anyone fascinated by celebrity love stories, and for anyone who secretly dreams of romance that is both dramatic and authentic, this story of Miles and Keleigh's fateful night offers everything: humor, tension, vulnerability, rejection, redemption, and ultimate triumph, wrapped up in a narrative that's as entertaining as it is heartwarming, as relatable as it is aspirational, leaving audiences not just knowing a detail about a Hollywood star, but feeling inspired, entertained, and maybe even believing a little more in the magic of love.